Western Europe has risen to 150, with more than 1,000 people missing. As Karen Greenbank explains, a village in Germany was swallowed up in a landslide.
Live on TV, this Belgian mayor was describing the devastation when it unfolded around him. The wall of a house collapsing, sending furniture toppling into the floodwaters. Two people then spotted scaling the roof to escape, dropping an animal carrier to safety. All this carnage, the result of 2 months of rainfall in 2 days. Thousands of police, soldiers and emergency workers have now been deployed across Germany and Belgium, dealing with everything from homes on fire to landslides. In this German village, the ground suddenly opened up and swallowed several homes. This Belgian woman saying she's been told her house could collapse.
It was utter devastation. It was heartbreaking.
Among the heartbreak, though, there were scenes of hope. These men smashing through a wall to reach an elderly woman who'd been trapped on the ground floor of her heavily flooded building. Then, German residents snatching an emergency worker to safety, risking their own lives to save his. But hundreds of people are still unaccounted for, in part due to phone networks being down. And in Germany, electricity's been cut to more than 100,000 homes.
Overnight they were upstairs and it was dark because there was no light, no power.
Authorities warn the danger's not over yet as the threat spreads to the Netherlands, Luxembourg and Switzerland. In London, Karen Greenbank, 9 News.
At least 150 people have been killed and more than 1,000 remain missing in devastating floods in Western Europe. A national disaster has been declared in parts of the Netherlands as fears grow that more rainfall may be on the way.
Extraordinary images are still emerging of the floods which at their height devastated parts of Central Europe. Here in Kreuzberg in Germany, one family's home literally floating away down a river. Clean-up operations continue across Germany, hit by the worst floods in 60 years. It's left entire communities in ruins. In the town of Erfstadt, dam walls have given way, leading to worse flooding further downstream. In Koblenz, people watch in fear of things getting worse in their city. The rising waters where the Rhine and Moselle rivers meet offer no reassurance. There is little confidence the struggle for residents is yet over. The village of Barlow has literally been ripped apart by floodwaters, roads, homes and properties destroyed.
There's so many people dead.
But it's the loss of life here that's broken many.
You don't expect people to die in a flood. In Germany. You expect it maybe in poor countries, but you don't expect it here. But it was all too fast, too quick.
There are real concerns about a nearby reservoir. If its structure fails, 3 whole...
In the Northeast, freak flooding. In a matter of hours, parts of Pennsylvania doused with up to 11 inches of rain. Residents forced to flee their homes. Meanwhile, out west, historic heat, with the region's largest fire still only 0% contained. After 4 days of explosive growth, smoke from that fire in Oregon now clouding the skies over Utah. Extreme conditions leading to extreme concern, as scientists say climate change shows no signs of slowing its deadly rampage.
Scientists have predicted this for the last 70 years, but it's actually happening more quickly and it's more intense than we realized.
So far this year, there have been $8 billion weather disasters, from the deadly Texas freeze in February to the heat wave that hit the Pacific Northwest, killing more than 200 and devastating the coastline, with hundreds of millions of mussels literally cooked alive. An event so extreme, scientists now say it would have been virtually impossible without human-caused climate change. Severe heat is drying out the West, with reservoirs reaching new lows. The parched conditions